Hey everybody, I have something unusual here for you. This is an NSU Kettenkrad. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with this or have ever seen one of these, but I'll tell you a little bit of history I found out on this, and then I'll go into the details of the build, which is, a whole other story right there. The Kettenkrad was typical of vehicles designed and manufactured for the German Wehrmacht. I don't even know that I said that right. During World War II. Innovative, well-made, and generally superior to equipment used by their enemies. Designated SDKFZ-2 by the German Army. The Kettenkrad was an ingenious half-motorcycle, half-tracked vehicle, hence its name. Ketten meaning tracks, Krad meaning Krafttrad or motorcycle. It was designed for German airborne forces as a light, multi-terrain towing vehicle and was the only gun tractor small enough to fit inside the hold of the Junkers Ju-52 transport aircraft. Steering was accomplished by turning the handlebar, and I'm not going to do that. You'll find out later why. If little movement was used, then the wheel alone would steer the vehicle. However, if the bars were turned further, the track brakes would be engaged, just like a tank, to turn more sharply. The handlebar had a twist grip throttle, just like a motorcycle, but the transmission was car type, incorporating a 3-speed gearbox and a foot-operated clutch. There were high and low transmission ranges. I can't even say this. Gelände off-road and Strasse for street for a total of 6 speeds. As you can tell, I'm not German and I don't speak it or pronounce it correctly. So. And as you can tell, I'm also reading off a paper here. The engine was a super reliable 1478 cc inline water-cooled unit from the Opel Olympia car. Also in use with the Wehrmacht, the track system was very advanced, using roller bearings and pedal tracks. This gave rise to an extraordinary top speed of 50 miles an hour on road surfaces. Although in the instruction manual advised a maximum of 44. In any event, this was the fastest tracked vehicle of World War II. Kettenkrads were used in almost every theater of the war and proved very reliable in all conditions, from the Arctic Russian winter to the heat of the western desert. They were used to tow anti-tank guns as part of the feared tank-busting teams, tow ammunition trailers to the front line, lay cables, and ferry troops to difficult locations. Their excellent cross-country ability made them the last vehicles to bog down in the clinging Russian mud. Later in the war, they were even used to tow Messerschmitt Me-262 jets up to the runways in an effort to save scarce aviation fuel. In all, over 8,000 NSU Kettenkrads were produced, compared to over 6,000 Jeeps. However, as the German army equipment virtually wiped out the end of the war, very few have survived. Now, that I'm done reading that, let me tell you a little bit about this kit. This kit I built this back in, I guess, between 2016 and 2017. And this kit right here, I have no idea what brand it is. I really don't have a clue. This was and continued and remains to this day to be my nightmare. When I bought this kit, I bought it at a Model Fiesta, which is my model club, IPMS Alamo Squadron. We are on Facebook if you want to check us out, and we are also online. Anyway, we have our own annual model show every single year, and it's called Model Fiesta. Anyway, one of the vendors was selling one of these, and I just asked what he wanted for him. I think he said $10. I don't. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a deal. I'll take a chance on it, and because I opened the box, and it wasn't even in the original box. It was in a shoebox, and that, I'm like, what the hell? I'll take a chance on it. So I took a chance on it. And I just saw, I saw a little few pieces here and there off, that were separated from the trees, and I saw them in bags, and I said, okay, I just thought, okay, the guy just was being generous, and he decided to put the missing pieces or the loose pieces in plastic bags. Once I got home and I looked at it, what I noticed was it wasn't just a few pieces. This guy removed every single piece off the trees and just threw them in baggies. There was nothing to. I had no way to identify each piece. I didn't know what the hell went where. I don't know what his reasoning was to do that. But he decided to do that. Also, there's no instructions with this, so I really, like I said, I don't know what kit it was. I do know it was 1/9 scale. I did find instructions, and I did the best I could to piece together, what looked like what it was supposed to go to, and I just went with that. This kit is pretty good, pretty well detailed. I was going to detail it, a lot of wiring, and I mean, other than what came with the kit, I was gonna like really super detail it. But another part of the nightmare I had, everything, including till this day, parts just don't want to stay attached like they're supposed to. Just parts just keep falling off. So I'm kind of afraid to even touch anything on this with fear of something coming off. If I could show you here. One of the little features is got little tools down here. The seat raises up. The helmets are removable. I'll show you that in a second. This back seat comes up to reveal part of the transmission and exhaust area from this Kettenkrad. This would have been storage, and that it's supposed to have a hinge on it, but again, that's something else that broke off of it. I did this in the Africa mustard. That was the color. If you can see the little darker color there, that's the Africa mustard color. But then what I did, I got some Krylon camo. It's like a desert camo, and I lightly, just barely misted it over this Kettenkrad to get the effect of dust. That's how I got the dusting. That was my weathering technique on here. This right here is, if I can get that to open up, I believe this one is still hinged. There we go. That is the battery box in there. Try to get that closed. Here's your footrests. These little black things down there, that was knee pads, I believe. And there's your gears. And let me show you the engine here. That is your NSU Kettenkrad engine from an Opel Olympia car. That is, I'm trying to get the lighting here and keep the hood open at the same time. Like I said, I'm just afraid something else is going to break off on this thing, and it's going to turn from a video of more like into a blooper reel. And I'm gonna go viral from throwing this across the room, but I'm probably not gonna do that because I don't want to rebuild it again. So yeah, this is NSU Kettenkrad, 1/9 scale. Which one the company that made this kit? I'm not sure. I'm guessing Revell, Germany. I believe that would be my guess. But yeah, this was and as you can tell here, pieces didn't really line up correctly. This right here is supposed to be even with this and this are supposed to be flush. More like this is a little bit closer to it, but yeah. There's your front forks. And again, this is at one time this was steerable. The wheel was level. Well, straight. It wasn't crooked as you see here. The handlebars were straightened, and over like I said, it just doesn't want to stay together. So I'm actually surprised this hasn't fallen apart as I've been showing you this. So with that said, I'm going to stop this video, and I'm going to carefully put this back in its place. So thank you all for watching, and I'd like to say happy modeling and have fun. Have a good day or night or whatever it is you choose to watch this video.